welcome to Ask Me About K-Pop, the essential guide for recent converts and seasoned fans alike. My name is Shannon.
And I'm Angelica.
And we're in Korea right now.
Yeah, we're coming to you from the past.
From the past.
Present us.
Present us is not in Korea. We're in the studio like regular always.
Oh, I was talking about present us as in
when you're
future
listening
us,
to this. Yes.
As you are listening to us, the us that exists at the moment in which you are listening to this. If you're listening to this when this comes out, we are in Korea and we're having a grand fucking time.
Yeah. I can tell. We're having a great time.
I already know from here in the past several days away. Only a few days though.
Yeah.
We're
really
having a
close.
grand fucking time.
We're having a great time. So while we're having a great time, we didn't want to take 2 full weeks off while we were gone because that felt mean. So we wanted to
love you
because we
so
love you
much.
guys, and I know as a podcast listener, like how important it is to have certain podcasts on certain days of the week. So if you like count on us for your Wednesday entertainment, we're trying to bring it to you. So today,
I count on us for my Wednesday entertainment.
yeah, we do listen to our own podcast. I feel like maybe you have to. I'm no Johnny Depp and not like I don't watch my own movies. Like I listen to this podcast.
It's the only podcast I listen to.
Wow, that's good.
I was never a podcast person until you asked me to be on this. So
Wow.
it really is the only podcast I listen to. Is that bad?
No, there are. I feel like we've heard from listeners that say we're the only podcast they listen to, which blows my mind because it's my job and I can't fathom anyone listening to like less
only
than,
one.
Like what? What are you doing? That's like saying I watch one TV show. Like, are you kidding me?
I stan only one K-pop group.
Those people. Okay, but. We are just, so the point of that I was getting to is that there will not be an episode next week. Sorry. But it's just one.
Yeah.
And then we'll be back to tell you all about our trip.
Yes.
So today we asked you, our dear sweet listeners, to send us your feelings, your thoughts, your pictures about your biases, because last week we did
Our
biases. And it's your turn now. And we got so many emails. They're all so great. And most of you included pictures like you were asked to.
Yes.
So we're going to read through a couple of these. We might skip around your email a little bit for time's sake. But yeah.
Especially because we did get a lot of people.
We got a lot,
like,
and we want to get them.
Yeah, and if we don't get to yours, then we apologize. But just know that we did read it.
Yes, we've read every one of them.
If you don't hear it now, just know that you have been heard.
We read it. We felt your feels. We saw your pics. So we thank you all.
Mm-hmm.
So all right, here we go. So here is our very first one. There's a GIF attached to these pictures, guys. I got like shocked when I opened one of these.
I love it.
Okay, I will start. So this email is from Kenosi. And they start out with some very nice compliments about the podcast. So thank you. We appreciate that very much. Okay, they say, I have a bunch of biases, but my ultimate bias is Kai from EXO.
Great choice.
I don't think he needs a lot of introduction since you guys are XOLs.
True.
He has so much determination and passion for his art, and it's truly admirable. And he's also gorgeous, and I just want him to be happy and healthy. Plus, his laugh is everything.
I do love his laugh. My bonus is when he claps both his hands and his feet together.
Oh, that's the cutest. Then they say, now on to my newest love. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with YG Treasure Box.
We are not their babies.
Because they are young. But 2 groups were formed on the show, Magnum and Treasure. They were going to promote together too, and they are called Treasure 13 then. Okay, this is an interesting situation. My bias is Hyunsuk. He is the unofficial unofficial leader / mom and dad.
Okay.
He made it into the final Mix 9 lineup last year, but that debut was canceled.
Oh.
He's a rapper, and YG rappers have a tougher images, but he's small, and his talking voice is very cute. He has a lip balm collection, and he is a self-declared fashionista. He's very loud and a complete dork. He's really sweet, and he helped trainees around him, and he's very soft. I admire him because just a year ago, he was babied by his youngs, and now he is the oldest. I also really love that he was brave enough to show his frustration with Papa YG. My favorite quote from him, I didn't become a trainee for this.
Ooh.
And they included some lovely pictures. He is very, very small. He looks like a little bitty.
Oh, he looks adorable and very young.
But he has nice hair, and I totally see the appeal. So
when
thank
he
you.
is an adult, he's gonna look just
He'll look
so
great.
handsome.
Give us a call then. Thank you so much for that, Kenosi. All right, Angelica, would you like to look at this? Would you like to take
Absolutely.
this next one?
Okay, this is from a listener named Anna. She says that she's the girl with Jungkook as my ultimate. So these are my favorite Jungkook, the most beautiful man in the world, if you ask me, pictures and GIFs. And Helica, you don't have to worry, he is over 20. I appreciate that very much.
Oh, I've seen this picture so many times.
So this is a picture of him in like a slouchy, a gray sweatsuit with his hands in his pockets. It's very candid. She says this is a pretty icon. Wait.
Sorry.
I was in the middle of reading.
Sorry, I opened.
This is a pretty iconic outfit look for Jungkook fans. I watched the movie with this outfit in the cinema and heard more than one audible gasp in different parts of the whole room. Oh, so it's a scene from a movie.
It's from the what is it called? Is it called Burn the Stage? The BTS documentary that they like released in theaters.
Oh, didn't even know that.
Yeah,
that was a
so
thing,
that's
okay.
from that movie. So
Cool.
that's what people were screaming in the theater about.
So she goes on to say his nickname is Bunny, and yeah, I think you can imagine why. I love his sweet and soft side a lot. He's not really a big fan of classic show your best aggro thing, although he is the maknae, but he can be so cute. And she sent us a little gif of him in one of those bunny ear hats.
Those are very popular.
One of the things that got me to become a Jungkook stan in the beginning was ab compilation, so I needed to include this one. Uh-oh.
These are links, so opening them is scary.
They're links. I know they're links, and it's like
So opening them is like scary.
and
everyone.
some of them are images and some of them are gifs, and that one was a gif, and it was unexpected. Well, he is a passionate singer. Okay, this is just like you. I feel like I needed a buffer or something in between.
Right.
I need like a calm down. He is a passionate singer and dancer, so this sweaty picture also needed its space in this email. Okay, that one I can handle. That's
it's
fine,
not so
whatever.
scary.
That does nothing for me. It kind of feels strange to talk so superficially, mainly about his looks. Please.
Do you know what podcast
This is why we're
is?
here, girl. Anyway, a few other biased pictures. Who's this? This is NCT. Okay, now we're moving on. Jaehyun of NCT kind of looks like a Disney prince. Absolutely.
Yes.
I feel like we share a similar English proficiency, pretty good, but sometimes completely unable to get our point across.
He made a
yes.
stink. I mean, it'll be way in the past for you guys now, but there was quite a kerfuffle on the internet yesterday because he showed his abs in some going behind NCT thing, and they are unfucking believable. And everybody was like, very mad at, like, not mad at him, but like, no,
Sir.
yeah.
Young sir.
So that's why his like name and face are front in my mind.
I
because,
totally agree with the Disney prince thing, though.
Yes.
Like, he looks like the prince from Cinderella. Mm-hmm. What else does she say? She says BTS's. Oh, okay, we're moving on again. BTS's Park Jimin with his pink hair looking gorgeous is the next picture she's going to include for us. Many BTS fans love black-haired Jimin, but I am really into him with light hair color, especially pink and blonde.
yes, that is a very soft pinky hair.
That's a
I
Jeon
like a
Young
pink hair.
Yeah.
I would always vote for a pinky hair.
Absolutely. I mean, I fell for Chanyeol when he had his pink cotton candy hair.
Right.
And then she just includes Kwasa is probably the hottest woman I've ever seen. Which agreed. Her much like DK, she's got thick thighs for days, and I'm here for that.
Yes. Totally agree.
So thank you very much, Anna, for that beautiful slideshow. Although dangerous with those links.
Yeah.
You never know what we're getting into.
Okay, so this next email is from a fanboy, and they capitalized boy, which made me want to like apologize on air because I gender the word. I say fangirl too much, and like, you know what? We have lots of fanboys, and I don't know if fan person doesn't sound so fun, but
No.
I don't know. I feel like I should stop saying fangirl and
We need,
talking
like, a
for
gender
everyone
neutral thing.
because that's not fair. So anyway, this is from a fanboy named Eric, and he again starts off with like very nice things about the podcast. Thank you. But he says, that being said, I would like to tell you a bit about my main bias. When you first mentioned in this week's episode that you were looking for people to talk to you about your bias, only one name came to mind, Pentagon's main vocal and eldest member, Jinho. The raw talent that this man has is incredible. The first Pentagon music video I watched was Shine after seeing 365 Fresh, and answering my own question of, hey, I know Hyuna, but who are these other two powerhouses from some group named Pentagon? I better check them out. I've since become slightly obsessed with them and listen to them pretty much every day, no exaggeration. And I was immediately enamored with not only E'Dawn and Hui, but Jinho as well. His charisma and vocals were so inspiring to me that I knew I had fallen down the rabbit hole. I know I'm rambling, but I don't know how to quite put into words my love for Jinho. He's just so perfect, completely underrated, and so hardworking. I'm so blown away by his talent, especially when it comes to his series Magazine Ho on YouTube, which I'm sure you've seen. But you and your listeners should treat your ears to some amazing, incredible vocals at your earliest convenience. We have, and we agree, all of y'all should do that. He just makes my heart so happy, and that's what a bias is all about, right?
Yes, it is.
And he included a great selka of a blonde Jinho that's very nice. Oh, and there is him singing, a picture of him singing so hard. Oh, I loved when he wore that cape during Shine. It was so, look how
his
cute
little
and
pink hair.
small. Oh my God.
Oh, he's so little.
Oh, I love these pictures. Great. Thank you very much for sharing that. Eric.
All right, next up, Michelle. I wanted to tell you about my current bias, Kujuni, main vocalist of iKON. That's my iKON bias too. I don't know anything about him. Teach me about him. She says he's the tall one.
She included a full picture of all of iKON.
A picture of all 7 members of iKON. Look at how tiny that one is. He's the tall one in the middle with the square jaw, black hair, and perpetual RBF. If you've ever heard any of iKON's music, you may have noticed his husky baritone vocals. Ooh, girl, I have. I first noticed him in iKON's second survival show, Mix and Match. I was so impressed with how much his singing had improved since the first show. Oh, shit. Okay. I started to scroll down and there's a shirtless picture. I gotta
take your time.
Hold on. I'm not gonna scroll just yet. He's known for being loud and annoying. His members call him noise pollution.
Oh.
He's really good at impressions, especially of other YG artists. He's the worst at bowling, but the best at arm wrestling. He's kind of dumb. He ripped his pants on the set of the Goodbye Road music video because he was doing spinning kicks and making Bruce Lee noises. On iKON TV, he poured black bean sauce on his noodles without taking the wrapper off.
Oh, no.
No. B.I. once claimed Junie thought the sun turned into the moon at night.
Oh, bless him.
And he started working out a lot in 2018.
Yes!
Anyway, here's his dumb face.
Oh, my hot tub picture.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow, that's a good
Junie.
face.
Look at his big, big mouth. And
Yeah.
here's his beautiful voice. And she sent us a link.
Oh, we gotta listen to this at least a little bit.
함께 만들고 멀어지는 그대와 나의 슬픈 사랑을 초라한 모습 감추며 돌아서는데 이제 더 이상 슬픔은 없어 너의 마음을 이제 나 알아
What?
사랑했다는 그 말 나 싫어 마지막까지 웃음을 보여줘
Oh my God, Solar was so shook. I'm so shook.
Wow.
Wow.
Ugh. I knew from the moment I heard Beautiful, I was like, this boy's voice. I can't wait to
Yeah.
watch the rest of that and then to go home and look up a bunch of different things of him
Yeah.
singing. Thank you for sending that.
Yeah, if you're listening-
I also like Junie of iKON.
If you're listening to this, that clip was probably way shorter because we got mesmerized and we watched it for a very long time.
I couldn't turn it down.
Um,
It was one of those things where I was like, I know that he's about to launch that.
Yeah, I
rage.
was waiting
I
for
couldn't, I couldn't not hear the end. Amazing. Thank you so much
yeah.
for sending that to us.
That was great.
That was Junie of iKON.
I love it. Okay, this next email is from two people. who are
Okay.
also best friends that like to listen to our podcast as best friends.
Amazing.
So this is like a lot of people. So maybe we should
Split them up.
just either split them up or just like jump around.
Okay.
Okay, so the first part of the pair is Anna, and Anna's biases are G-Dragon, Newest Jonghyun, and NCT Mark. And they're
Okay.
a very long paragraph, so let me try to find a little bit to say about everybody. Okay, this is funny. To be honest, I can't tell you when exactly GD became my bias. It has just always been that way. I guess that's just his power. That's great. I'm impatiently waiting for him to return from the military, and in the meanwhile, I will continue to tell Tamina every day about how much I'm missing him. All of us, we're all gonna be in like the military wives club soon, and we'll
I
have to
know.
like keep each other company. Okay, for newest Jonghyun, it says, "Warning: long and confusing story ahead."
Oh, it sounds like it was like a very confusing back and forth of like watching reality shows with One and Newest and like
Oh, this is the newest that's in Wanawan. Oh, that would be confusing.
the one that is missing right now.
Right.
The reason that right now Newest is Newest.
Well, Wanawan
W.
is over, so newest
Perhaps
must be
he's back together. Yeah.
Okay.
I fell for him because of his caring behavior toward other people, his selflessness, and definitely his smile as well. I really appreciate the way he takes over responsibility and is always honest about his feelings. He just seems like a genuinely good person, and I love that. I'm also very thankful that he introduced me to Newest, since they are one of my favorite groups now, and I don't only love him, but every other member too, especially my bias wrecker, Aaron. Oh,
I don't know, but I like that. And then for Mark, it says Mark is my ultimate bias. And although that is the case, I first didn't realize that he was my NCT bias, and I thought it was Taeyong.
The dangerous looking face.
I like that you guys listen to us. But I started to
He
like
is
him.
a dangerous looking face.
I started to like him more, and then I just declared him to be my bias wrecker. But that didn't seem like enough, and I had to give in and admit he was my bias all along. I quickly discovered that he's not only my NCT bias, but also my ultimate bias.
Wow.
I just love him for everything he is and does. He's been a good leader for NCT Dream, and he always looks out for the younger members and supports them. But he goofs around and he gets teased a lot, and he is working hard all the time. He stays positive and puts a smile on everyone's faces. He makes me so happy every day, and I love gushing about him whenever I get the chance to. I just really love him. I don't even know how to put it into words. And then the other pair of this friendship is Tamina, and their biases are NCT Yuta, 17 Minghao,
relatable.
and BTS Suga. Suga?
Sugar?
Suga. Okay. So for NCT Yuta, we have, this has been a long process. As Anna and I started standing NCT, I had 3 members for bias candidates. And after I watched NCT Live, it became 4. But for a very long time, I couldn't decide who my bias should be. And Anna invented the joke of my harem. Because I was like those men who have 2 or more wives. But the difference is because I am a woman and because we stand up for equality, we adapted it on her behalf.
Here, here.
Time passed by and I realized that Jaehyun wasn't the right choice. That was the guy from the last email or from another email. Finally, after months of unconsciousness, I made my decision and Yuta became my bias. And Johnny is my bias wrecker. He's so ambitious and hardworking, but funny and caring at the same time. And I really admire how supportive he is towards his members and how he challenges himself to grow and more. And no one deserves the term healing smile like he does.
Oh, that's a beautiful term.
Would
I
you
can,
like to-
perfectly imagine what that means?
Would you like to read this paragraph
I'd
about
love
Minghao
to.
because it's up your alley?
Yes. Speaking of my harem, you can say I opened a new one in 17. I started standing 17 when they came back with Thanks. Okay, that was in 2018. I already, actually 17? Don't quote me on that. I already knew a few members, but one member in particular caught my eye. I didn't know his name. However, I thought, how can he pull off that mullet so well? No one can look good with a mullet. Girl, for real though, the mullet. It's like
It drew people in like moths to
Yes.
a flame. Like if you
Yes.
were pure enough to like
flies
see
to honey. The mullet drew you in
Uh-huh.
and it made it. Made it for you, but he did. After a short time of research, I found out that he was the 8. I prefer his real name, Minghao. Girl, so do I. I was so fascinated by his aura. Nevertheless, There were and still kind of are Joshua, Jonghan, and Woozi, his competitors, and I just didn't want to make a decision. Somehow, Minghao was always at the back of my head, so after a certain time, I admitted to myself, Joshua, Jonghan, and Woozi are still really strong bias wreckers, and I love them all in their own way, but you can say that Minghao is like my ideal type. He's so talented. He dances, paints, sings, does martial arts, loves wine and taking photos. He's not afraid to try new things. His fashion sense is from another world. I wish I could pull off fashion as cool as he does. I always fall for his kindness and how he takes care of his members and the trainees on Idol Producer, not to forget his Instagram posts with kids and animals, which make my heart melt all the time.
Wow.
Ugh, so true. There's a little baby Instagram video where he's holding a baby and the baby just takes one look at his beautiful face and like immediately cuddles into him. And I'm like,
Aw.
me too, baby. Me too.
Okay, so this last one for Tamina is after EXO, BTS was the second group that I committed to learning names and so on. As my bias in EXO has been Sehun, Anna recommended to me Jungkook or Suga because she already knew BTS but didn't want to be affected by I didn't want to be affected by her advice, so I did not listen to that recommendation. Sorry, Anna. I made my decision and told her Jimin would be my bias, and he is still my bias wrecker. But after I watched more BTS content, I realized quickly that I made the wrong decision, and Suga is the one and only. And even though he seems cold and resigned on the outside, he is a caring person, and he does good things, not only for his fans and members, but also for charity and people in need, and doesn't shout about it from the rooftops. I'm very inspired by him and how he started from the bottom and made his way through all the hardships to become this successful.
Started from the bottom, now we here.
And we got one lovely picture for each of these biases, all attached to the bottom, and they're
look
all
at
good
that
choices.
Hair in his face, just like I like it. Minghao.
She approves of the Minghao picture.
Gorgeous.
Thank you so much, Anna and Tamina. All right. Next.
Florine. Florin?
I feel like it must be Florine because there's an A at the end,
There's
but
an
I don't
E at
know.
the
This
end.
is a very international podcast, and we got emails from all over the world. You guys, you
love
make
it.
us feel so special. But sorry if we don't know how to say your names. Like, we're very sorry. But Florine.
Florine says, I don't really know how this works, but one of my biases is G-Friend's Umji. She is G-Friend's maknae, and not only is she very beautiful, she is also very cute. She's my first bias ever, and she is nice as much as she is savage to her unease sometimes. She has a very sweet voice and is kind of underrated. I love her. I even put pictures. Good, right? If I forgot to put info or did this wrong, just let me know.
No, this is
you
perfect.
did this absolutely right.
Oh,
She's
this one.
adorable.
I know her face because I love like G-Friend dances.
Oh
Like,
yes, I recognize her face. Absolutely.
Yes. Cute. I love it.
Precious.
Thank you, people who sent us girls.
Yes,
So
love it. Love to
don't
have
be-
ladies.
All right, this next email is from Colton from Arizona.
And he also sent in a lady.
Okay, and he says, my bias is Daehyun from
Ultimate
Twice.
bias.
Ultimate bias, thank you. That's important. She stole my heart, and I don't think I can get it back. The first time she caught my eye was back when Signal was released, and seeing her really piqued my interest visually. This was a time when I was getting into Twice as my ultimate group, but seeing her on variety shows is what sealed the deal. Seeing her be her goofy, extra self and doing funny things that still makes my heart flutter. Her rap lines make me yell in excitement, and her underrated vocals are so soft and soothing. She could sing to me all day long. She's the cutest girl I've ever seen, and I love her so much. Her super pale skin is beautiful, and the fact that she can have any hair color from her forever iconic purple to the now mint green, she is a beauty icon. I love your podcast. Keep up the work. Oh, this is the Twice member.
Oh, that
Yes,
purple
I have a picture of this
hair.
hair saved on my phone. Remember, I was like gonna get it.
Oh, she is gorgeous.
And she's the one, once is, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think she's the one who has the uncanny ability to find a camera anywhere. And there's like a million pictures of her where like someone's very far away, but she like always knows where cameras is. And it's like her creepy ability.
she is gorgeous. Absolutely stunning.
Good picture choices.
Stunning.
Good picture choices, Colton. Thank you. All right. This next email is from friend of the podcast, Jenna, and she made a collage to save time and space.
I love it.
Full disclosure, Jenna and I are pals now because we share a lot of things in common if you can't tell. So,
All right. So, I can read through the. Do you want to go back and forth, or do you want to read? I'll read through the boys. You read through the girls.
Yeah, you can read through
Okay.
the boys and I'll read through
All
the
right.
girls.
I love that she made a little collage of 9 pictures and she wrote, I put 2 Changmin pictures because I couldn't pick. The boys who own my heart, number 1, Changmin. My ultimate bias. I have fangirled a lot about him to you, so I won't gush too much here. I love everything about him and I'm 100% here for his sarcasm, his dad jokes, his insane abs, and the great music he makes. Number 2, Mino. He's lovable in every single way. You two have talked about a lot of the things I adore about him. I love when he's with little kids, like in Return of Superman. I also think he's so funny. Watching him give the Weekly Idol hosts a hard time always makes me laugh. Number 3, Taeyong from Big Bang. He was my first bias ever. He seems like a genuinely good person and he's enormously talented. I was so happy when he got married. I hope he continues to bless us with R&B jams once he's out of the military.
Yes, don't we all?
Here. Number 4, Suho, the leader we deserve. That's what I always say
Yes.
about Suho. That's literally the hashtag I use for him. Okay, anyway. Where am I? I adore Suho and it makes me so mad when I inevitably get bias wrecked in EXO videos. I still remember first seeing him in Call Me Baby. He does this really cute eyebrow thing that makes me smile so big. I also love him in the Lucky One video, even with his sleepy hair and dad shirt. Number 5, JB from GOT7. I still love Jackson, but JB is my official bias. I can't even deal with him in Just 2. Ugh. Say it again.
Yes.
Plus, he was my favorite in After Mom Falls Asleep because he's the only one who tries to hold it together amidst all the chaos.
Oh, I love this. We agree on everything. I love all of those choices. Okay, so the girl choices for number 4, Red Velvet Joy. I didn't have a bias in Red Velvet for such a long time because I truly love all of them. But when I watched Joy have a silly and hilarious fit during an episode of Weekly Idol, I instantly connected with her. I also watched Super Junior versus Red Velvet Laughing Ninja Game, and Joy was a champ. She beat all the boys, and I love her even more for that. Number 5, A-Pink Yoonji. I adore her and I want her to sing everything. It's really hard for me to pick a bias in A-Pink too, but overall, Yoonji is my favorite. And lastly, Mamamoo Solar. She is a powerhouse in the group and she is the powerhouse in a group of incredible women. I love her voice. I think she is a great dancer. Plus, she's so cute with Eric Nam, and we got married. On Weekly Idol, she told a story about how she got swindled out of money on vacation, and it was very similar to something that happened to me, and I had to laugh. Also, shout out to Hyuna, who brings me immeasurable joy with every Instagram post. Honorable mention
goes to NCT/WavyV10. I agree with Angelica. I want to support 10 in all of his endeavors. Baby, don't stop is still my favorite song of his to date. He's so crazy talented and so much fun to watch in MVs. I hope we hear a lot more from him in the future. Agreed. Jenna.
Agreed with everything. All right.
Hopefully at this point I've sent you that 17 email
that you promised.
that I promised you so long ago.
We'll find out. All right. This next email is from Larry, and he says, "This is my bias from Fromis9, Jihyun. The thing that made her my bias is her smile and how kind and nice she was on Idol School. With that being said, please check out Fromis9 if you haven't already. All of their songs are bops, and unlike other survival shows, Fromis9 is a permanent group. We saw them at KCON and we loved them.
Yes, Shannon loves Fromis9.
This is a precious picture.
She is adorable.
So cute. It's
the
a
picture
cute
they
girl.
sent is of her like hugging this little stuffed penguin at like a fan meet, and her hair is cute and she looks beautiful.
These are really good bangs.
Yeah,
really good.
great photo.
Love it. Thank you, Larry.
Jihyun.
All right. Next. Okay, this is interesting. I have to say this. Read this first line because
All right.
we're so blessed.
I'm Anweti, an 18-year-old Nepali who got into K-pop about 6 months ago, and your podcast has helped me learn a lot of things about the world of K-pop. Hooray!
I just thought that was Nepal.
I know,
We're just
that's so cool.
It's neat.
I
Okay.
love it. Okay. Before I start listing out my biases, I want to say that I'm multi-fandom and mostly into 3rd and 4th generation groups. Okay, here we go. My first K-pop bias was BTS's Suga. All right, that's 2 votes for Suga.
There's a lot of commonality in these emails.
He is one of the rappers and producers of the group, and she sent a very, very smiley photo. Or she or he. They sent a very smiley photo. I also love V from BTS. Did not include a photo.
That's fine.
NCT is my ultimate group and seriously adore all 21 as of now members. That is fucking ridiculous, but moving on. I have 3 biases in NCT: Jaemin, Doyoung, and Mark. Jaemin is currently part of NCT Dream, and he's the lead dancer, rapper, and visual of the group. He's precious. Look at that adorable pink hair.
I love a pink hair.
Doyoung is part of NCT 127 and NCT U. He's the main vocalist of NCT, one of the main vocalists. Mark is my ultimate bias. I feel kind of guilty admitting this.
Wow.
I wonder why.
More Mark.
He's currently in NCT 127 and NCT U and graduated from NCT Dream a few months ago. I so appreciate that those details.
Right.
The main rapper of the group, and he was the leader and center of NCT Dream. He's also an underrated dancer and vocalist and is probably the most hardworking person ever. I love Irene and Yeri from Red Velvet, my favorite girl group.
Good pictures.
Love that haircut.
That short Yuri
Love that
haircut. Very good.
My other biases include Lee No and Hyunjin from Stray Kids. Ooh, he's very cute.
I wonder if that's the one you were asking Jordan about.
Maybe. I don't know.
Who knows?
DK from 17. Oh,
That's
look at
a
those
very good
smiley
DK picture.
eyes. Unwoo from Pristin.
I love Pristin, and I love a pinky hair.
Yesun from CLC.
Yeon
Yeon from CLC. That
Love.
haircut.
Yes.
Oh, that
Yes.
haircut.
She is
Yeah.
amazing.
Minnie from G-Idol.
Mm-hmm.
Songhwa Yuno and Hongjung from ATEEZ.
Okay, yes. Yes, the mullet one.
Babies.
Uh-huh.
Oh, mullet. Here we go. And all 4 members of Blackpink. I hope I'm not. Oh, nope.
Yeah.
You are not too late. You made it.
You made it. Love it. All 4 members. That I feel like that doesn't count, but I like it.
Yeah, that doesn't count. But it's okay.
But it's fine. We'll take it. All right. Okay, this next email is from Nods. That's how they said.
Oh, okay.
Nuts. Yes.
Nutsira.
I am here to share my biases. I am a baby XOL and a baby K-pop listener, and I didn't know it was possible to adore your biases this much. I'm greedy, so I have 2, Chanyeol and Sehun. That's not greedy. In a group like EXO, you can have, I think you can
Also,
have.
if you only have 2 biases, like, you have less than we do.
Oh, yeah. So Chanyeol says, I basically wrote a love letter to him on Twitter, and there's a link to it. He was my first bias when I got into EXO, and everyone was asking who my bias was. Sehun is my baby, and I love him. I watched Busted, and I just fell crazily for him in the show. He makes me soft for how shy he is, his toothy grin, how bratty he can be with the older members, and also how you can see how much he cares. I have a lot of feelings for Sehun, and there's like crying emojis. I'm basically a hard stand for Chanyeol and a soft stand for Sehun. LOL. Photos and GIFs attached, and Angelica's like squealing at them because some of these are your like favorite Chanyeol GIFs.
That one of him in his hat from EXO Showtime is one of my favorite Chanyeol GIFs of all time. I use it all the time.
She really does. I can attest to that. Oh, that's so cute. Thank you so much.
Good Sehun eye smiles.
All right. Moving on.
Moving right along.
This next
Dun, dun,
email
dun, dun,
is
dun.
from Laura Lynn.
All right.
And they said, at the time of the last episode, I only had 1 bias to send, but my list has grown a bit. My first ever bias was Suga from BTS. This guy,
I guess a lot
our
of people
listeners
like him.
are Suga stands.
Suga. Oh, I was trying to make a pun. They have a sweet tooth.
Yeah, I think that's fair. He became my bias when I listened to the song The Last from his solo mixtape. It's honest and emotional, and it gave me serious respect for him. I also relate with him immensely and find him hilarious. The second group I became a big fan of was Stray Kids. My Stray Kids bias is the leader, Chan, but I have about 5 bias records. The group has 9 members. And choosing him was not an easy choice. He's Australian and was a trainee for 7 years.
Bang Chan!
Bang Chan! My next bias, I'm sure you need no photo of, is Key. I actually got into SHINee because of you!
Nothing makes us prouder.
I bounced around members for a while before Key became my bias, thanks to his entertaining personality and variety abilities. He somehow just makes you feel like you're an old friend, even through a screen. That's true. My next bias is Heechul from Super Junior. I'm not into Super Junior as much as these other groups, but Heechul is my great gateway to them through his appearances on variety shows. He is a variety king. He's super funny and entertaining to me. Special mention also goes to Lee Tuck and Eunhyuk. That's That's how you say it, I think. I'm not sure if my final bias really counts as a bias, but it feels wrong not to include him. EXO's Dio. The reason I'm not sure he counts is because I'm not actually an EXO fan, but I'm a huge fan of his acting work. I learned a bit about EXO through Dio, and of course through you guys. Oh, well, thanks. Oh, look at this picture of Chan. It's a school picture.
That's so cute.
Oh my God.
He looks a lot like Mark in that photo.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, and then we got Suga likes to wear chokers.
And Heechul
in an Elsa costume. Love it. Okay, where was I? Next is Brian.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, damn. Okay, here
damn.
we go. My ultimate bias is Songyeon of CLC. Oh, beautiful pictures.
Okay, yes, I know this face. I don't know any CLC members, but like, yes,
I
this
don't really
face.
either.
I know who
Yeah.
this is. I recognize you.
I first noticed her a couple years ago when I saw her dancing with Yoojin in their ponytail dance cover video. And as soon as I saw her, I told my friend that she was the most attractive person I think I've ever seen in my life, and I had to find out who she was. Then, after skimming the comment section and doing many Google searches, I managed to find out that her name was Songyeon, and she was a member of a K-pop group called CLC. At this time, my knowledge of K-pop was very small, and I had no idea if she was even an idol, a dancer, or if she was anybody at all. Shortly after, I found out she was in CLC. I had consumed all of the CLC content I could find on the internet, as you do, and I fell even more in love with her after seeing her on all the Variety and Cube shows. Granted, Cube did literally next to nothing to help promote them or push them forward in any way in regards to putting them on variety shows and whatnot, but
Fuck
that's
you.
another story.
Fuck you forever.
I think Songyeon is perfect in every way. She's beautiful, kind, sweet, and really funny. I love seeing her interact with the other members of her group and how much she cares for the group as a whole and how hard she works to make sure they all succeed together. In my opinion, she's the best / most underrated dancer in K-pop today. I could honestly watch her dance for hours nonstop. The way she moves her body is just something to behold in itself, and she just makes me feel some kind of way.
Some type of way.
In my eyes, she can do no wrong. I really respect her a lot, and she'll always be my number one bias long after CLC is disbanded. My feelings for her go way past my feelings for any other idol, and because of that, it was actually kind of difficult to even try to explain in words how she makes me feel and what she means to me. This was really only the tip of the iceberg, and there's so much more I wish I could say about her, but I honestly can't put those feelings into words. All I know is she lights up my darkest days, and that's why I love her.
Brian! This is such a sweet...
I love it. It's also good to see other people my age love K-pop as much as I do, because you're never too old to love K-pop.
Hashtag let idols bang.
Looking forward to the day CLC shows up on the random game so I can fanboy over them.
Yes. That was a beautiful email.
That was
Brian.
beautiful.
Oh, I'm really excited to read this one. Okay, this is from Justin. Justin says, I think I've talked to you through Insta before. That's true. Okay, I love so many different idols, so it was hard to not send a ton of them. But the one queen who stands at the top of my bias throne is Hani from EXID. Like a K-pop origin story, I remember the moment I fell for her on that random weekly idol. No matter if she's on stage, hosting a show, or on TV, Hani always seems so genuine and honest, and that's just something I really love. She can dance, sing, make you laugh, be a dork, and of course, be so sexy. Another huge quality she has, along with many other idols, is that they just make me want to be a better person. And for me, that's just the best. My friend Brian, who we just read an email from, sent you a message about Songyeon, got me a full cardboard cutout of her for Christmas, which can be seen below. You two are the greatest. Thanks for reading. Okay, first of all, he has this fan art of Hani that's like
amazing
framed.
fan art.
And look at this cutout! Oh my God.
He's fuzzing with his arm around it. That's the cutest fucking thing I've ever seen.
Oh, and he has
there's a
like
t-shirt.
Hani t-shirts
Damn!
and a Hyuna poster in the closet. I love that.
Also, I like that he said shout out to King Hyuna. Love
Yeah.
that.
Sure.
Oh my God. Justin!
That was great.
That was fantastic.
All right. Next.
Okay, here we go. Next is from a listener named Amy. She says, I wanted to yell briefly about my EXO bias, Do Kyung-soo. As with many folks, Kai is the first person I noticed in the group,
Yeah.
of course. But I'm not sure I can call Kyung-soo a bias wrecker. Once he was on my radar, it's like there had been no one before him. Kai who? This all happened because a friend mentioned she liked his acting, so I checked it out. I checked out It's Okay, That's Love, and it was all over. Now I'm all in for that steady deadpan expression, or when a beautiful smile lights up his face. And of course, there's his lovely voice, which is not the flashiest, but is smooth, warm, and soothing.
Yes.
Visually, I'm smitten for when he has the red undercut, but also love how he unapologetically wore his buzzed hair. I agree, that was
Yeah.
a look, and he pulled it off well. Also, I'll admit that a bit of my bias probably also comes from him being a fellow Capricorn. So, Do Kyung-soo, you have a special place in my heart, and I'm looking forward to all your future artistic endeavors. Love it.
I have to read these PSs because I
Okay.
feel like one is for me. So the first PS says, I'd also like to go on about his no bullshit, no putting up with crap personality, but it's hard to separate what's public and not, so I'll keep that for myself. But he is. I do like that he doesn't give a shit about anything. But PPS, this was really hard, and I also thought about waxing poetic about Juan and his acapella video of Red Carpet and those dimples, or how Suga and Jay.
Oh my goodness.
What is okay? We have to find out why.
Suga's
our
putting something in the
listeners
water
like
here. What
Suga
is
so
going
much.
on?
Him and J-Hope are currently in an extremely relaxed, low-key bias battle.
A relaxed bias battle.
And then there's Key, my ultimate. I regularly hug myself while quietly screaming, I love him so much. So he's covered.
relatable.
Thank you, Amy. That was very relatable. All right.
Ooh.
Oh, this is an email. This is going to be a good email. This seems like it's all for us. So this is from Yasmina.
Okay.
And I want to read this first thing because I like when people talk about biases as a concept. So it says, biases are such a complicated subject, and I struggled a lot just because of the fact it's really difficult trying to put into words just how much I love these beautiful people. I also struggled because when I started to think about once I thought who were my biases and I realized that I only claimed to love them just because and not for specific reasons like my other biases. And as a warning, you will realize I am captivated by rappers. I'll try to explain this next. Okay, so the first person they have is Chuan, which I'm very down for. I recently got into Monsta X, but the boy who immediately stole my heart was Juan. Yes, relatable, because I like his sort of dual personality. On one hand, I love this image of a bad boy that he gives. I love his way of rapping and his sort of rude image. But when you get to know him, you realize he's a very sweet boy with a big heart. And he always worries about his members and likes sharing his love for Mon Bebe. Even though I even like his dumb tantrums, and when he claims for attention like a baby, he's literally so funny. And how could I not mention the beautiful dimples? They really sealed the deal for me. And there are 3 absolutely perfect Juon pictures.
Stunning photos, each with a different hair color. I would also just like to point out one of the reasons I love Chuan so much is because of his cats.
Oh yeah, he's a good cat dad.
He's a great cat dad, and I really love their little Instagram.
Yes. If you want to take this next one, it might be for you.
These photos are gross. Now, a recent dilemma which I'm struggling with, sort of following the pattern of my love for rappers. My next bias is Chanyeol from EXO. I first noticed him because of his musical skills, which I always admire in idols, and his activities outside of the group. But with him, something weird happens, and is that when I think about it, I only like him just because. So I find myself in a position like Angelica in which I really don't know what Chanyeol means to me. Oh no, I know exactly what he means to me.
We covered it last week.
I know what he is. Until the advertising for Chen's new mini album just started. Ooh! I've always thought of Chen as an amazing vocalist, but I never really thought of him as a bias or a bias wrecker, just because I'm so used to liking rappers better. But seeing him in all his glory in this beautiful concept of April and a flower just made me doubt so much. Now, what really made me consider this whole situation is Chen's new YouTube channel, and is specifically the video of him singing Cherry Blossom Love Song, just because when I ended watching the video, I was almost at the edge of tears. So basically now I'm just really confused, especially about Yeol and Jungdae because they're so different, but I love them both and I fear that I had been wrong all of this time because at the end of the day, Chen's smile really makes my heart flutter. Wow,
Wow.
we switched. Girl, I feel you. They are very different. What is it about the two of them?
I don't know.
Interesting. I'd
We'll
like to
have
do a poll
Yeah,
of
we have to think about this
XOLs.
more. And again, another tally for a reason. Another
Lord!
Suga. You guys, you have to explain this to us.
I'm cutting us off. No, we're not reading any more Suga emails after this.
Okay.
Okay, take it away. Last one. Make it count.
Make it count. It took me a while to realize that I loved him because I think he is a member of BTS that goes unnoticed. No, guys.
Clearly, he is not.
At least not with the listeners of our podcast.
Y'all are mistaken.
He's very
Everyone is
popular.
noticing him.
I became aware of his amazing rap and musical talent. It turns out he produces most of BTS's stuff, which is obviously impressive. I came to love this boy because I started to understand the dynamic of BTS as a group and realized that Suga is a person who hides his emotions very well, but he cares very deeply for the members. And being a Hyung, he always tries to take care of the members with small and silent actions. And I realized that I understood he did this and why he is so quiet. I began to admire him deeply. He struggled a lot to become a musician. And there's a lot of long things about great things he's done and quotes from people about what a great person he is.
Wow.
Like, you guys really love this dude. I appreciate it.
My goodness.
Um,
Lastly, is this the last one that they mentioned? Yes.
Yes.
Lastly, she mentions G-Dragon. Even though I know he's famous AF, I just really admire him not only as a member of Big Bang, but also as an artist and as an individual. I really think that his creativity is beyond of this world, but obviously everything comes for a price, and sadly, the dark side of G-Dragon is the one that is even more appealing to me.
and it's not that dark. I think it's a good amount of dark. Well, Shiny tells you to wash your
Wash your
face.
face,
We've been
Nuna.
recording too late.
Where was I? Dark Side is even more appealing to me, and I connect with a lot more, which made him become one of my absolute biases. I admire the fact that even though he's made history in a lot of different ways, he's still a human being with his own problems, his own mental health issues, which he has to handle, but also a creative being that heals all of his pain through artistic creation. I've always liked GD, obviously, who doesn't? But I really fell in love with him with his latest album called Kwon Ji-young, because in his lyrics, you can truly see the real Ji-young and the need for him to be heard and be known not only as G-Dragon, but also as Kwon Ji-young. He also expressed his struggles of, even though being rich and famous, still feeling lonely and misunderstood. And I love his sense of humor and his stunning smile, and obviously his unique style and fashion, and truly think that there is and never will be someone like him.
Wow.
Amazing.
And these are some good G-Dragon
Stunning
pictures.
photos of G-Dragon.
Very good. Very good. Love it. Thank you, Yasmina. All right. Next. Okay, so this one is from Evie, and she says, my first ever bias was Park Jimin from BTS. BTS is how I got into K-pop, so they have a special place in my heart, and I was drawn to Jimin when learning about them, and the first thing I noticed was his laugh. He always falls into whoever is the closest to him, and it's so cute. He's not afraid to be silly, but he gets embarrassed very easily. He cares deeply about his members, and if they're struggling, he is always with them. He's had struggles himself, but he always gets up and keeps trying, and he inspires me to keep trying when things get hard. Jimin has flaws, and he doesn't hide them, and that's something I appreciate about him. His dancing is graceful and mesmerizing, and his voice is so sweet, and I also appreciate how hard he has worked to improve since debut. And on top of that, he's so beautiful I could die. Off stage, he has the most ultimate boyfriend look, and on stage, he's so sexy. 6 months later, I still can't believe I was in the same room with him. I hope he can always be happy and walk on a flower path.
Aww.
And we have like a very boyfriendy couch picture here, and then a super idly open
fan
shirt, fan dance picture. Okay, and my other bias I'll talk about is Key from SHINee. This man. I had no chance when it came to SHINee because he came all the way to my house and he took my heart out of my chest. I fell for him when I watched Key's Know How blogs. He was so genuine, hardworking, and funny. He's so incredibly smart. He's good at cooking. He's a designer. He loves his poodles, and he gave them dumb names. He speaks English. His voice is really hot when he does.
Agreed.
I love how sassy he is, and on variety shows, if he doesn't want to do something, he doesn't pretend that he does. He constantly mocks me. see the BuzzFeed First Times videos when they ask him about his first kiss. I feel personally attacked by him all the time when he's snarky because I feel like he wouldn't approve of me and I want him to. He's very sweet though, so this just may be my frustration / love. He has the cutest dimples and is one of the most beautiful people I've ever seen. Even dressed as a woman, he was prettier than I'll ever be. Now that he's in the army, I miss him so much, but I hope he's safe and happy. I'm proud of him for so many things. I love you. Keep him. Oh, and this picture of him walking around in LA with his Starbucks looking so cute and his perfect story of light hair.
Love it.
Love it. Thank you for that one, Evie. All right. This one is from Esmeralda.
All right, here we go. Esmeralda has a lot of feelings to scream about. To start, I don't know exactly how to describe what a bias is for me because I don't think it's just my favorite. Because, for example, I've biased all of 17 and BTS, but I don't have 20 biases just in those groups. Now, my biases are BTS Yoongi, 17 Songkwang, and Mingyu, NCT 10, and SHINee Key, very popular Key. I think I pick a bias when I feel something in my heart, LOL. I know it sounds dumb, but like when I hear Songkwan sing, I think, oh my fucking, I love him. Or when I saw the show Key did for Mnet, Key's Know-How, and he was there just cooking or cutting a shirt. I just wanted to cry because how much I love him. With Yoongi, he was my first bias. I feel so much stronger. For example, when I read the music and lyrics he writes, he recently did a collab with Epic High and another one with Lee Sora, and I fucking cried my eyes out reading the lyrics, and I think this is it. This is my life now, loving a Korean man. I don't know why, but I tend to switch bias kind of often. I guess it's because I stay in a lot of groups, and sometimes maybe one member gets lost and I don't pay attention to them. But in some point, I rediscover them and appreciate them so much more. Like in 17, my first bias was Jonghan, but after a while, I saw Minghao, and I thought it was really sweet, the friendship that all the 97-liners have, and I want to scream of how much I loved him and his sweet face and his fashion sense and his dancing, and oh my god! When I think of Mingyu being his goofy self and his smile, I could write poems about. I remember that time they were doing a V Live and Joshua said something like, you guys, etc. And Mingyu asked him what guys meant, and Joshua said, it's like everyone. And Mingyu said, oh, I love guys. And I feel like I'm going to die because how much affection I have in my body. I love it. I know that exact clip. Joshua says, I love you guys. And Mingyu is like, wait, guys, isn't guys? And he's like, no, I love you guys is like for everyone. He just goes, I love guys.
Oh my god. Okay. We are running out of time. We have like 2 more. So this one is long. It has a lot of links. So I'm just going to like pick some moments out because this listener Morella made like a bulleted list. So I'll just like pull some of the bullets. Okay. So they said, these are my top 4 Ulta Volts with mentions and links to things I'm referencing. I obviously have more biases. But I wanted to send these because otherwise I'd be typing for like 5 hours and I have to sleep at some point. Also, most of my faves are somewhat androgynous assholes. Can you tell I love my flower boy subversions? LOL. Okay, so special mention is Suga again. I will read. He literally pulls off any hair color. What the fuck is one of the points. For number 4, they have Hani, the smartest and hottest and prettiest and most charismatic girl and the only woman in my life. Oh my god, and her voice and her face and her everything. I love her so much. Oh my god, I'm so gay. Fuck.
All in caps.
That's all in caps. I love it so much. And then for Key, go clap it. Do it.
I love people who are aware of and secure in themselves.
A
multi-talented king.
I first noticed him in that one live performance of Like a Fire where he goes off, you know the one. I don't have to link it. That's true. Okay, for number...
He's my phone background right now.
For number 2, Heechul of Super Junior. Good, honest person, and I know the image he has in the variety industry is certainly a facet of his personality, but he definitely plays that up on TV. And only Super Junior, even on the Super Junior only shows, he's still the same person. And he's got depth and genuine kindness in his soul. And then, okay, finally, drum roll. Jonghan, 17, my precious devil, my charming favorite man.
He is the devil.
Like with Key, it's hard for me to put this love into words, but I will express it the best I can. Jonghan and I are very similar in the worst ways. We're both kind of selfish sometimes and take the easy way out when there won't be consequences.
He is an expert cheater and is why if I'm ever on a variety show and I have to choose members of 17, he's 100% going on my team. He will play to win.
Yeah. I feel like I project a lot of my thoughts and feelings onto him, but to me, he represents these parts of myself that I've come to terms with and accepted, and seeing them reflected in someone who so many people love is freeing and comforting. God damn, you guys. I love these emails. Yeah, we'll have to go back through this email another time because there are like 15 video links in it, and I really appreciate the work that was done.
I love it.
Thank you, Morella. Okay, so this last one I have to save for last because DJ Peter from K-Popcast wrote us a script of what he wants us to do, and I'm not reading. I don't think, because somebody has to be Peter, so I don't know if we could read this out.
How about I do the stage direction and you do Peter?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm supposed to come in and say, and that's it. We enjoyed squealing on all of y'all's behalf for these very tasteful biases.
A modest California tremor causes a ripple in the glass of water between the two hosts.
Yes, we love that you all love everyone from Timmy.
Tremor intensifies. Ripple reverberates in the glass of water.
To Tiffany and Tom.
Tremor intensifies. Studio equipment rumbles. Water glass falls off desk.
Jonghyun, you're our...
Peter Lowe stomps and kicks the studio door open in an overly dramatic fashion.
Did you ladies forget about Soyeon? Jung Soyeon!
Angelica reluctantly puts her hand to her forehead, mutters under her breath, "Oh God, not this again."
Peter, we told you last time.
Rudely interrupts and grabs
She's
the mic.
Best, most talented idol in all of K-pop. Oh, I agree.
Here we go.
We've been over this.
Rudely continues by manhandling studio equipment and speaking too loudly into the microphone.
Jung Soyeon is the greatest Renaissance.
Indulgently pronounces
Renaissance
Renaissance.
woman of our time.
Slaps desk.
She's not the younger female version of G-Dragon, but rather the coming messiah that will usher in a new age of K-pop. From the I don't give a fuck attitude in the delivery of her lyrics to the impressive production value she brings to her music compositions, we have come to realize there is something profoundly game-changing with this upcoming idol.
Entertains Peter for the sake of getting him out. Okay, Peter, but I'm a visual learner. Do you have any photos? Peter Lowe drops his file folder on the desk of Soyeon photos. Some photos appear to have been taken from questionable paparazzi angles.
And that's the thing. It's the old school way of placing an overimportance on the visual of idols that makes Soyeon die just a little bit every time inside.
Angelica examines a signed photo from the file folder. The signed words read, "Signing this so you'll leave me alone. Love, Soyeon."
John Soyeon is all about the talent. None of that goofy eggyo bullshit visuals. Although her visuals do slay.
Peter pauses for a fleeting moment, taken away by Soyeon's charm.
But that's beside the point. The point is that the K-pop industry knows that anytime they can add Soyeon's uncompromising lyrical raps or laid-back ad-libs, and they've got instant success. Ever since I discovered Soyeon in her song Jelly, I came to acknowledge that this girl has compositional talent and a genuine attitude that is yet to be matched by her contemporaries.
Peter pauses for breath.
Well, thank you for your contribution, Peter. We'll see if we can work this into the bias episode. Yeah, you better! And y'all better stand Soyeon!
Drops mic, leaves the building, taking some of the fancy Earwolf studio equipment with him. Angelica looks at Shannon.
We're not gonna include that, right?
Oh, hell no. Wow. That was the most creative one. I felt like it deserved its time.
I love a script.
Yeah. Well, sincerely, thank you guys for all of those emails.
Yes, if you didn't hear your bias read, we apologize. But again, like we said, we did read your email.
We did.
Thank you so much for sending them in.
Thank you for the pictures. Thank you for the descriptions. I love all of this stuff. And now I also want to I feel like we need to do a study because there's a lot of commonality in our listeners and their biases. And I wonder what that says about all of us.
I know. I need to start for science. gathering and pulling Chen and Chanyeol stands.
Yes, because there's
I wanna see
something
how much
here.
overlap
We have to
there
figure
is.
this out. All right, we will be right
For
back.
science.
We'll be right back with our random game for science. All right, we're back.
And this time we got K-pop legends, icons, undeniable stars, Brown Eyed Girls.
Brown Eyed Girls.
They are a group that debuted in 2006. They are still around today. They are a 4-member group managed by Mystic Entertainment.
Yes. I mean, since this is just a quickie random game, we gotta we'll just touch on a few moments because they've been around for 10 years. They are very important. So we won't be able to get it all in now. But they did debut in 2006.
They were originally known as Crescendo before officially debuting as
Crescendo.
Brown Eyed Girls, and they debuted as a faceless group because they weren't even in their own music video. And it was let's see, what was their first single? It was called Come Closer. It was a ballad. But this whole idea of being a faceless group obviously wasn't very popular because everyone wanted to be like, well, who are these people?
They?
So they started actually putting themselves in their groups. And eventually, after a couple of EPs, they started to gain a lot more traction. But they weren't a smash right out the gate.
No, but in 2009 is when they released Abracadabra, which was a huge shift. It was a shift in the image of the group. They got very popular. They were mature. This describes them as city girls, and it feels like a very early girl crush concept in that they were very cool.
Yeah, they're supposed to be cool and tough. And the Abracadabra video is it's a statement.
Yes, it certainly is. And I think we will be watching it.
I think so,
haven't looked
too.
yet, but I'm assuming that is definitely
Yeah.
their first one. We've mentioned members before, Guyan was on, we got a very popular We Got Married season, which we brought up. I talked about Narsha a couple weeks ago for some reason. I can't remember why, but because something about one of those co-ed groups had something to do with Narsha. Oh, the one that only had a boy in it for a minute.
Oh, yeah.
It was something with her. She does a cover of this song called I'm in Love, and I love it. But yeah, they were very popular for a hot minute. And then since there's only 4 members, they all sort of did their own things. Guyan had a pretty decent solo career. She's still doing solo stuff. They're not broken up.
No, they're not disbanded. Their last album came out, though, in what year?
2015 is the last time a Korean single came out from Brown Eyed Girls. But I feel like I heard rumblings of either a possible they're breaking up or Brown Eyed Girls might come back soon. I feel like I saw them in the news recently.
Well, perhaps we'll get something from them soon.
Yeah. So I say we just give this a watch and see what happens here. I'm hoping, let's see. Please be. Yes.
Had to be.
34 million views.
Here we go. Abracadabra.
Abracadabra. I've said it and I'll say it again. One of my favorite K-pop songs of all time.
Yeah.
Here we go. Okay, so like we said, there's a man strapped to a bed. His chest is being shaven right now.
Yes. Well, he's asleep. And you see someone shaving his chest.
And then attaching a...
She straps a bomb to it. He does not wake up somehow.
And she adjusts her very tiny sparkly dress and presses that thing to count down. Here we go! Oh my god, this song is so good! And I love the choreo. It's just and it's in a pure white box, but the lights keep flashing in and out. So sometimes they're in shadow and sometimes it's
this is that arrogant dance that Psy loves so much. Just moving your hips with your arms crossed.
That
Go.
Extremely asymmetric, that's bang.
Super angular haircut.
Oh my god. Only this song is so important to me because it was when I first was getting into K-pop, it was this was such a huge staple of Because look how like fat. There's so much like like hashtag fashion in this, like haircuts and crazy outfits that no one would actually really wear. So it felt like, oh, this is like a thing.
Yeah.
They're wearing like leather onesies. Like it's very intense.
Yeah, that romper is nuts. And I've always loved that one with the like crazy snakeskin lapel.
Yes, and her orange lips in like
Yeah.
the music video is so desaturated, but there's like orange in her lips and on the thing. Okay, all of them are banging the dude who has the bomb on his chest in these like
And he doesn't
flashbacks.
seem to be kind to any of them.
Ripped her tights.
He seems to be very dominating and rough. So he wakes up.
Oh, I love
handcuffed
this
to the
shot.
bed. I know. There's one girl in like a Matrix room where she's wearing an all-white suit with a cane and is like surrounded by screens.
And she just looks like a badass bitch
Yeah.
with that. Oh, and then the dancers do this very sexy dance in these orange shoes. And then they time this butt shake right there.
Yeah.
Right with the beat. Let's go. Okay, the man is struggling in the
Yeah,
bed
he
now.
wakes up and he's handcuffed to the bed and there's a ticking bomb on his chest. He seems confused. That outfit is insane.
Yeah, but she needs her cane, and I hate that she has to hold her
I
cane the whole
know.
time.
But those leg cutouts
Go.
are nuts.
Okay, and then the outro to this is very important. His bomb time has run out, and then Guyan is painting her nails, her toenails, and the original girl walks up. Uh-oh. And she puts a love candy in her mouth. Is it drugs? Is it candy? I don't know. Oh, she lifted her chin. Oh, God. And she scooted the table in shock. Oh my God. Are we going to get a girl on girl kiss? Oh, it's happening so slowly. No.
No, of course not. Don't be ridiculous.
Abracadabra. Brown Eyed Girls. Wow.
I love Abracadabra and
I
I
love
love
that
that
fucking
song.
Oh, it's so good. Oh, I love that song.
Love it, love it, love it.
All right. Okay. We've been at this forever. Banking episodes before our trip.
I know.
So I was hoping that
I would
somebody's
get
email would like
inspired.
inspire me a recommendation, but like I really don't have one. I hope some good music has come out in the last in the 3 weeks leading up to this that maybe everybody knows about. But the only thing I can recommend is follow us on social media because
Yeah.
we're on vacation right now, and I bet there's cool, fun stuff. In our
Yeah, I
stories.
recommend our Instagram stories to keep up with all of our adventures in Seoul.
Yeah. And where you can do that is at AMA K-Pop Pod on Twitter and Instagram, amakpoppod@gmail.com if you want to send us an email, amakpoppod@tumblr.com for links. And we are Ask Me About K-Pop, the podcast on YouTube. And one thing I just wanted to say, because we did such a big thing for it last year, we are not going to be at the Korea Times Music Festival this year.
Yes, we will miss it.
We will be dancing across town in a different thing. But you know what I found? You know what the lineup is this year?
What?
Taemin and Super Junior.
Shut the fuck up. Are you serious?
Yeah. And they don't ever announce it. I don't understand. This festival is so crazy to
my
me because how
God.
could they have Taemin coming and it
Taemin?
isn't everywhere?
Ah!
I know. And we can't go because we have to dance at a peace parade. So I know we'll have to deal with those feelings. But just in case anyone was expecting us to do a light stick project again, sorry, not this year. It's not going to work out. It's not going to work out. But anyway, we'll be back.
But if anyone here is in LA, you better show up for Timmy.
Yes, you guys go. Go for Timeen. It's fun.
And get Pearl Aqua light sticks. Show up, y'all.
Please.
Show up.
Show up. We will be off next week while we are finishing up our vacation. And then next time you hear from us, we'll break down all the fun K-poppy things that we found to do on our trip to Seoul Besties Take Korea 2019. All right. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye. Jonghyun, your inspiration.